Chapter 1 Introduction. The primary purpose of the manual is to provide Florida school districts with a uniform charter of the accounts of budgeting, financial report topics, including governmental accounting standards, program cost accounting, reporting, school and general funds, are also addressed document incorporating the reference of Rule 6A1.001 Florida Administrative Codes pursuant to the requirements of the Section 1010.01, 1010.2.0, and 1010.0.7. Florida State Statute. The Florida Charter of Accounts, including the manual, is adopted with the United States Department of Education publication, financial accounting of the local, state, and school systems. They establish a comprehensive, uniform structure of the reporting educational financial data. The food charter of the account, the Florida Charter of the Accounts, was modified following the initial publication of the Federal Manual, the 1957 major revision to 1973, subsequent federal revision to 1980, 1990, 2003, 2009, having also been incorporated into the state of the Charter of the Accounts to ensure the capability of national statistical reports. Overview. The section presents a brief overview of the accounting structure, including the fund, the revenue, the expenditure classification. Funds are defined as official accounts into any self-balancing setting accounts. The record changes of the cash and the other financial resources together related liabilities, residual equities, and or balances for funds and segregated in purpose of carrying the specific activities attaining the certain objectives in accordance with the special regulations, restrictions, limitations, National Council on Government and Accounting, the NCGA Statement 1, Paragraph 2. The basic fund structure of the Florida School District follows the generally accepted accounting principles of the GAAP government. Government funds are found as general funds, specifically revenue funds, debt service funds, capital project funds, and permanent funds. Priority funds are in two categories: enterprise or internal service funds, and is following is fiduciary funds or pension, other employee benefits trust funds, investment trust funds, private purpose trust funds, agency funds. Revenues are categorized by the funds as sources of appropriation. Since revenue is usually determined by the law, the revenue occurs structured only by the source, federal, state, or local specific operation. Expenditures are categorized by using the following elements: funds, see the definition of the program, function, and the official year, the object of the grant, and the facility of the school and the project. Functions refer to the objective of the purpose of the expenditure. Functions are the activities performed that accomplish the objective of the organization. Activities of the school district are classified into four major functional categories as follows. Instructional includes the activities dealing directly with the teaching student, the interaction between teachers and student, instruction classified as basic K through 12, exceptional career and technical, adult, general. Other instruction includes the programs as recreational enrichment and kindergarten instruction. Instructional support service. Instructional support service categories include administrative, technical, logistical support, some facility enhancing instructional service, support service, student personnel, instructional media, instructional curricular dependent development services, instructional staffing, training services, instructional related technologies. General support services. General support service category includes activities associated with establishing, operating school system and the school system, and providing the necessary facilities, servicing the school staff and students, including the salaries, expenditures, board, general, administrative, school, administrative facility, acquisition, construction, fiscal services, food services, central services, student transportation services, operational planning, maintenance plan, or administrative technical services. Community service. Community services are activities not directly provided by the education for the student in the school system. This includes non-instructional services provided to the school system for the community. For two other functional categories are necessary to support the school district, but do not include instructional or instructional support and administrative activities. Debt service category represents the prepayment of the principal, interest, service, debt, and expenditures related to the issuance and retirement of the debt. Capital outlay. The capital outlay includes the expenditures related to, but not limited to, procurement of land, purchase of the furniture, equipment, and the acquisition component production of educational facilities. Objects and refer to goods purchased by the services obtained. There are 7 major objects categories of expenditures provided in the manual: salary, employees, benefits, purchase services, energy services, material supplies, capital outlay, and other. Facility refers to school, other function locations, and certification accumulation costs. Programs refer to the activities, operation, or organizational design to accomplish its objective. The purpose of educational programs established by the law of federal school districts and a basis of the program accounting the reporting system. See Chapter 5. Fiscal years denote the 12-month period of the annual budget applies to the designation of the useful annualized cost of the program extended on one of the one fiscal year. The grant refers to the code number assigned to the Florida Department of Education for the reporting of safe state or federal grants. Projects referring to the classification need the use of identifying expenditures related to specific activities such as construction projects. The project funded through the grants for the reporting of the purpose of the grant and project number. The five-character code designated by the Department of Education school district may elect the crosswalk of the local coding structure for the state designated grant for the project number. Accounting standards. The GAAP government entities establishes the Government Accounting Standard Board, providing the function of financial accounting for the reporting of for school districts. Basic accounting for the refers to the revenues, expenditures, expenses, transfers to related assets, deferred outflows, resource liabilities, deferred inflows, resources are recognized in the accounts of reported financial systems. The GAAP requires the modified accrual basis of the account of the government funds. This means the revenues recognized become the both measurable available to the financial expenditure of the official period. The expenditures are generally recognized with the related fund liability incurred and if measurable. Priority fiduciary funds of the accrual basis of accounting. This revenue expenses are generally recognized when they occur regardless of the time of related cash flow. Florida school districts operate the following type of budgetary funds: general, special provision, capital and projects debit services, permit and indicated above modification. Accrual basis such as used in accounting purporting these funds. School districts maintaining priority fiduciary funds should apply the accrual basis of accounting. Most grants are accounted for the special refunds required for the expeditionary funds of the primary determination of eligible funding. Therefore, the data expenditures become the point of the revenue recognition of the grant. An encumbrance system charges that each of the purchase order, contract, salary committed to any of the application should be used in the budgetary accounting system. Transaction can cease to be encumbrancy when paid or canceled when the actual limited liability is recorded. Government Accounting Standard Board. The reporting of the module schedule of the Governmental Accounting Standard Board section Statement 34 basic financial statement of the management discussion analysis for the state and local governments is updated through the Government Accounting Standard Board. The Statement 63 financial report of deferred outflows of the resource, deferred inflows of the resource, net position, the government as accounted statement. GASB statement of the 5065 items previously reported as assets and liability. Below the module includes the discussion as an management discussion analysis. MDA, the basic financial statement noted in the financial statements. Certain other required supplemental information. RSI. The management discussion analysis is composite with the required supplier supplementary information precedes a financial institution. The basic financial statement includes 1. The government financial statement, 2. The fund financial statements, 3. Notes of financial statements. The government-wide financial statement reports information of the government as a whole, and except for the fiduciary funds. The statement reflects the economic resource and measurement of the accrual basis of the account of fundamental financial statements. The government priority. The fiduciary funds follow the government-wide financial statement. The government enterprise funds students reflect major funds combined with non-major funds rather than fund type of the presentation fund. Preparatory funds continue the economic resources measures the focus accurate basis of the actuation of the governmental fund financial statement as presented by the use of concurrent financial measurements that focus the modified accrual basis of accounting. The reconciliation is required to explain the difference between the change of the fund and the balance as reported in the fund financial statement. The change in the net position reported in the governmental-wide financial statement. Change in the net position governmental-wide financial statement is needed to reconcile items as arise into the difference measurement focus based on the accounting between the statements and certain required elements. Note that the financial statements are integral for the base financial statements. The additional disclosures are required in the new pronouncements of the governmental accounting standard board are introduced. The requirement of supplementary information. Financial information must be presented in basic financial statements. The required budget is a comparison with the original final budget for the government fund. Each of the major special revenues funded the legal adopted annual budget. The current fund of the other post-employment benefits as the 3 of the actual validation is required. One of the primary differences between government-wide statements and fund financial statements is measure of the funds and basic of accounting. The government-wide statement reflects the economic resources measurement of the accrual basis accounting, while the fund financial statement of the government and fund the funding requirements of the current financial requirements of the measurement of the modified accrual basis of accounting. And that is Chapter 1, Red Book, Introduction.